A new secret employee in Sticking to the Stickman, and this one's probably gonna be my favorite. So as we get off the bus, let's head to work. Go to the night shift, and look at this. A secret employee. You must purchase the NECROMANCER to unlock. We head over to the finance tower, and we realize we're in the wrong place. And even though it says we're 100% done on the employee evaluation center, there it is. Bring out your dead. 50 blood. He whispers death, and death answers. Fantastic. So we have 4 new starting moves, and then infectious blood. Coworkers who succumb to their wounds will rise again. So it stands to reason that we got to figure out how to make these people bleed. All right, what does this do? Oh, did I just get punched? All right, we threw a skull. It's biting the dude, and he's bleeding. Now, if we just let him bleed, does he die? He's not dead yet. I thought that was a knife. All right, so let's try to use the skull again, and they succumbed to blood. We've got our first living dead unit. We've got to figure out what move we want to choose as our first promotion. Now, I see Nerve Punch, Nerve Pinch, and Skull Toss, both as moves in my lineup, and I feel like Skull Toss is the one that I'm immediately understanding. All right, so we're making the Angel bleed, but they definitely stop. Huh! I have 2 skulls. And get Exacto knifed to bleed. Will you just bleed already? Join my army. Oh, okay, that was kind of cool. We basically just replicated that unit into an angel, which fought the zombie, and then the zombie itself. Okay, now our death is 2. I don't entirely know what that means, so let's cycle through these. Do we want another skull toss? I mean, for lack of better options and better understanding, I think the answer is yes. All right, so the little Exacto knife does seem to make them bleed. And then the skulls definitely make them bleed. So I think we'll just choose our next move is Epic, so it does more damage. If we time that with the skull toss, it might work pretty well. Okay, that guy just fell down the ladder and died. That was really unfortunate. So I just did an epic skull toss and it wasn't too epic. All right, so I think 1 or 2 of those guys are my... All right, let's try the Nerve Pinch. Wow, we got big guy on our side. Okay, Nerve Pinch seems to, like, stun them. All right, so Scratch turns into Leech, which is interesting because presumably that'll leech their life force out. Nerve Pinch turns into Tranquilizer. Skull Toss turns into Skeleton Tackle. I want to see what that's all about. All right, let's try a little Nerve Punch. All right. I literally threw a skeleton out. Okay, I'm digging that move so far. We're gonna see just how powerful we can make our Necromancer and if we can create an army of the undead that is pretty big in size. That's ultimately what we want. All right, so Nerve Pinch just like made that guy just perish. Oh, there's a bag of money up there. Not that I necessarily need it. I just have the compulsion whenever I see these upgrades to get them, or rather like bonus pickups. Here's a skeleton. All right, so big guy just got attacked by a skeleton, and I think he's bleeding as a result of it. All right, so Nerve Pinch, eat a skeleton. Now, it seems so far the most that we've had available fighting on a team at once is maybe like 2 of the enemy bodies. What happens if you skull an angel? Nothing. Well, I mean, nothing like meaningful. We've got to unlock that door real quick. Oh, the coffee people. Okay, so do we want to increase max health? Hemorrhage, coworkers take more damage from wounds. I mean, or break some eggs. It's clearly hemorrhage because for the enemy to join our force, they can't just die. They have to bleed to their demise. All right, here's... Oh, I wanted to do an Exacto knife. Oh my, okay. Give me that paperclip. Now, I guess the only option is more weight belt health. So we got 5 more health, bringing us up to a maximum of 15, currently 11. And this guy just like tried to climb up the ladder and then fell and died. Oh, wow. Okay, that skull did fantastic in getting big boy there to like die immediately. So I think the hemorrhage upgrade is proving to be very crucial in building up a pretty sizable army. But I wonder if these corpses are zombies. Yeah, they just kind of perish after a while. So they don't persist. Well, that's unfortunate because I was really excited for that. I'm trying to hit this guy. He's like technically not in the plane of existence here. I don't know if this is... Oh, the skeleton just blew up. So I think Necromancer is a cool concept so far, but like I'm not able to do what I want to do, which is build a giant army of them. All right, so let's check out Bone Beast. Here's the Bone Beast. Oh, look at the green eyes. Okay, that was really cool, and then he died. So, you know, there's that. Hello there. I remember in the demo days of this game, we used a build that just basically like printed enemy troops, and it was fantastic. It's one of the most fun things I've ever done in this game, I think, was building up a giant army. Because think about it. The normal playthrough goes like this. You come in here, you fight endless enemies, and they're always like printing out. But then like the one time, instead of fighting endless enemies, you're creating endless enemies. It's just so different. Here, eat a bone beast. All right, so let's see. Bone beast just took damage and didn't do anything. I don't know if that was the ghost, like, yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. Bone beast finished him off, so I feel pretty good about that. And wait a minute, he's actually on our team. Now let's see if he will persist or if he'll eventually die. Well, that answers that. They all eventually die, which is sad. So I guess what we gotta do now, what happens if you bone the bones? Well, I should never probably say that again out loud ever again. But, you know, here we are. All right, I released the Bone Beast on him. He's grabbing onto me, interestingly enough. So we've got Bone Beast. Oh, Scalpel to Bone Saw will be really interesting. That reminds me of like the first Spider-Man, like the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, where it's like, Bone Saw's ready. And then you hear like Macho Man go, hey, Freak Show, you're going nowhere. And man, those were good old days. But here we are, trying to, you know, destroy all of our coworkers and turn them into an army of the undead. Not necessarily successfully, but there are some pretty interesting, like, I guess, challenges you could do. Like, not directly. Well, that actually wouldn't work because you got to make them bleed. Like, not doing direct damage, but only using spawned enemies. I think what we're going to do is do a super powerful bone saw. He did join our force, and then he dies. I think the issue is they just die maybe a little bit too quicker. And I wish they would hang around and do more. Honestly, I wish they would persist and I could take them to floor, and I could break the game by spawning in a million of these things. But you know what? We can't have all of the fun we want to do, just most of the fun. All right, here. Eat my skelly minion. What? He didn't do anything. He just fell on the ground. I wonder if they need to fix that. Okay, let's get this fast track double. Ooh, we should have done that earlier. Oh my gosh. All right, well, we got the upgrade door, so we can go from bone saw to scythe. So let's cycle through our moves here and just look what that looks like. Okay, the scythe is cool. I wonder if it's gonna be as powerful as, say, the lightsaber is in Stick of the Stickman. But we're ready to go to the next floor. We'll do our bone minion. What are you gonna do, bone minion? He did nothing! And the scythe is awesome. All right, so now the zombies attack. Interestingly enough, the zombies are red, but you see those, like, nodules, dare I say it, on their heads? It makes me think they're zombies, and it'd be really cool if they were, like, green and, like, exuding, I don't know, gas. We'll take the extra rerolls for now. Yeah, so death powers us up. I think whenever we turn a zombie to our side, we get death. Let's test this real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna sight this guy as I catch on fire. Wait a minute, what just happened there? Okay, I had a death of 15. Maybe it's similar to the cultist, where we have to beat up our own minions. Who remembers sitting on the toilet with the other coworker in the last video? That was hilarious. I do like that the skulls don't cost ammunition. That is pretty nice. Let's go ahead and do that. Not that we need to, because I guess we're technically full health. And by technically, I mean we are, which I guess is the definition of technically. All right, who's gonna join our forces? Oh man, whenever I take damage, I lose my death meter completely? Is this like a secretly difficult challenge build? We're gonna sick our bone daddy on this guy. And then, what? You gotta be kidding me. I did an epic scythe and it somehow missed, even though it looked like I was going through the other person with the scythe. And for the life of us, I cannot keep a death combo meter above 15, man. We lose it, I think, whenever we take any damage. All right, well, we destroyed them and we have a death meter of, you know, nothing really substantive. So I think what we need to do is see where Scratch turns and see where Nerve Pinch goes. We're ready to do Leech, and we're gonna Leech this guy. Okay, we just sucked his life force in, which I'm not entirely sure what it did. Does it leech health? Huh! Oh man, dude, the cigar guys throwing the cigars seems to ruin. Let's try this again. All right, Leech. Oh my gosh, the stupid cigars. All right, the cop is on our side, which is kind of cool. Get out there, bud. Go fight. Yeah, I think they need an increase to their lifespan or something like that. Because right now they just leave too early. Oh, Leech turns into Bloodsucker. So we've got that fully upgraded. You'll notice that damaging enemies doesn't boost our combo. It has to be our own minions. I don't know. I don't know if that really makes sense for a Necromancer. I would prefer, now I'm not the game designer here, nor am I one of the developers. I wish I was though. I feel like for the Necromancer, what would be kind of cool is your death meter would be how many bodies, how many zombies you can have under your control. And I would want them to at least persist on that floor. Like, they may not be able to go through an elevator with you, but it would be cool if they would at least stick around for the battle of that floor. So stay in overtime for longer, increase max health, or reduce any damage. That probably will keep our death combo meter above. Because I think when we take damage, that is when we lose the death meter. And I think the death meter only affects the damage output, nothing else. So Nerve Pinch to Tranquilizer. Oh, and Tranquilizer's our first button with an ammunition counter. So, pew! We shot him. Get him, boys! Ouch. Okay. We haven't taken damage this floor yet. Now we did, and we lost our death meter, which I think was at like 10. Ow, we just got punted into the abyss right there. But we actually turned them on our side. Okay, so we can turn them on our sides. Now we just need a level where the mini boss can die, but there's also multiple minions still there. Hello there! I've come to join your party. Would you like to be a zombie? Oh, we were at 7 and then we died. Huh. I'm missing something. I think I'm missing something extremely obvious. All right, let's go ahead and upgrade the Nerve Pinch from Tranquilizer into Sleeping Gas. And look at that little skelly minion, man. That is awesome. All right, so dancing is contagious or can slide a little bit longer. I feel like that'll be better. This is cool. He's got some really cool abilities. I'm just wondering, like, is it sort of a familiarity issue? Is it a skill issue? Yeah. All right, Scythe works. So both these guys technically should be zombies. See, and they'll run to the next floor, and then they died. We're almost there. We're almost to where this would be awesome. Okay? So from here, I'm thinking we do more bone beasts. All right, that guy's definitely going to join forces with us. Those two guys, wow. That's a really powerful ability. We basically turned both of them using the, like, Spirit Leech. Whoops. As I get out of there. I just got electrocuted. Oh, man, the electric head guys are some of the most powerful minions, I think. Oh, wow. As well as Machete Bob there. All right, let's gas him. He's not being gassed, man. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Well, Machete Bob has joined our force. Machete Bob, go up there and get the other guys, will you? While I slide and get these paper clips. And he died. See? That would have been awesome to send him to fight. I think, personally, and I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this, I think the Necromancer's minions need to survive the floor. All right, so that's an electric dude. He's doing nothing. Ignore the first damage on any floor. Does that mean we have 2 of those now? So we'll ignore 2. Oh, yeah. That's a really powerful one. All right, so we've got a boss here. Oh, he just kicked my minion. Rude. And he's dead. Okay, so what happens if we do the leech to the boss? Oh, gosh. Oh, fortunately for us, Bone Minion did nothing. Yeah, the bone minion grabbed me? Excuse me, what is going on? Uh-oh. All right, we'll leech, do the gas attack, and do a bone minion. The bone minions get affected by my gas as well. Okay. Which doesn't make sense. Get him, bone minion. You're epic. And we'll leech. Well, we tried to leech. All right. So I think, okay, we just turned him onto our team, and he's got a regular old vampire. So we're just going to let them fight. But I think what's going to happen is, yeah, the boss is just going to die. It's so close to being truly epic, which is great because, like, that's an easy, like, you know, update. Otherwise, I'd say the Necromancer is just, like, sort of some interesting mechanics. All right, these are the vampires. Man. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so we just turned the big guy onto our team. And he fell over immediately to go to sleep. Come on, man. It's almost there, man. It's almost there. Yeah, the bone dog worked that time. Yeah, and see, Beer Hat's gonna go up here, probably get to the top, and die. No, he actually got punched twice before dying. I think what I want to do is do an epic leech and see if that works. Okay, big fire axe boy. Now, the first time we did the cultist, we sort of had issues with becoming familiar, as well as we got a very interesting promotion, which I would say negatively impacted the cultist's ability to, like, do cool cultisty things, right? So that could be happening here, but at the same time, or maybe we just need an upgrade. It's very possible. Don't take any damage. Because right now, I see the Necromancer as more of like a challenge to build up a really, really high combo meter, more so than anything else. Oh, the good news is you can fight your minions to build experience. Earn XP every time you're hit. Well, we don't want to get hit. Damage enemies will knock into other enemies is cool, but when you stand still, you can ignore one hit of damage. I mean, that might be helpful in the boss fight. We will see. Oh, they got guns. I don't want to take any damage. Scythe them. Get them, boys. I mean, me, because my army isn't really doing anything. All right, I should have leveled up before I did that. Skeleton tackle. Okay, that's just one of the moves. Let's cycle through. Toss leftovers is kind of interesting. Straight kick. Leech is probably one of the best crowd control moves that we have right now. So you could get a lot of money by taking hits if you choose one of the characters that, like, can stand still and be invincible. Although that's technically us right now, but I don't know if we need the money. So we'll take gym membership. Not that we necessarily need it. Yeah, even the bone guide sometimes just does nothing. But our combo meter's up, and I'm feeling happy about that. All right, look at that. We leveled up immediately. I guess we'll go... Yeah, most of our moves are maxed out when we just have repeats. So we'll go Leech to Bloodsucker. So we have 2 Bloodsuckers in a row. All right, get boned. That's just, you can't really say that, can you? Okay. Well, we've got a boss fight. Death meter only got up to a measly 19. We're probably going to lose that pretty quickly. That being said, oh, that was interesting. Oh, no. I tried to use the scythe and get it epic, but it was an epic fail. All right, so here we go. Let's see how many minions we can get while like fighting here. There's a chance that we get a bunch. They just won't last very long. I would almost prefer that it could last long. I'd rather my game crash from spawning in 100 enemies than, like, having 3 at a time. And then, you know, they don't do cool stuff. All right, these guys come out in the gas. We release the bone minion who stands there and dies immediately. Maybe he's bugged, right? What do you think? Like, is he bugged? Uh-oh, he's got a gun. All right. I want an epic scythe. Okay, that was pretty cool. Was that a 20 and a 24, or did it just go from 20 to 24? I've got questions. Combo death meter is at 16, which is pretty great. We can gas our zombies. I think that needs to be undone. Oh, he's got a lasso over here. We've got 3 of these guys on our team. Scythe. Oh, I guess we lost the scythe ability. Then where's the bad guy? Increase max health, heal when you land a hit in overtime. We're not gonna be in overtime. All right, so I guess we'll just take multitasker. I think we need a few more abilities like that that would dramatically affect the Necromancer. Yeah, I don't think it makes sense. Get him! He got shot. That was actually pretty cool. Don't shoot me. Oh, he shot me. I mean, if you ask nicely, I thought he might not, you know? All right, let's get more XP by calling in more guys. And just spamming all my moves at once and seeing what happens. This is called skill. Somehow, I haven't gotten hit, which is fantastic. Okay, so we can upgrade one of these. I think we'll turn the skull toss into a skeleton tackle. Oh, man. That was skill issue right there. Ooh, we're seeing lots of damage being done. All right, so this is where, like, you could, in theory, have just, like, a ton of guys. I think the gas move is actually not advantageous to building a giant army. That being said, there's a ton of enemies, but I'd say there's probably, like, 6 to 7 of us. And by us, I mean, like, the zombies. And then we lost combo from taking a single hit, which is lame. We've got the Freddy Krueger guys in here, right? Freddy Krueger's the one with the machete? No, Freddy Krueger's got like the little scissor hands, right? I'm not very good on my like horror monsters, I guess. All right, so the boss should go down right here. And I think I summoned the Skull Daddy on him and then I zigzactoed him once. That being said, we were able to get about almost $500,000. 11 ghosts, 40 paper clips, and 1 boss hat. We've got a ton of stuff, but nothing to spend it on. What do we do? We're ready for the DLC, man. All right, I need 100 water drops. Now, there's a rumor out there. There's a rumor on the streets that if you get into a lot of trouble, well, the military's gonna come in. So let's see if we can't encourage them to join. And you know what? I guess a gun will help. All right, we need to get wanted. Hey, come here. All right, this should get me wanted, right? Nobody wants me? I'm unwanted. I'm causing a ruckus here in town. There we go. Are you mad? Yeah, call the police. There you go. Excuse me, officer. Have you thought about, you know, maybe getting robbed, buddy? I'm trying to punch these guys up close and it's not working. But yeah, if you get 5 stars, apparently the military shows up. And now it's a lot harder to get those 5 stars than it was before. Each time I punched him, you can see the stars forming, which is kind of hilarious. All right, so we're like 2 3/4. This might be the body armor that we need. Okay, I got a blunderbuss. That's not what I needed. All right, we've got to 4. No one's coming out and saying hi. Oh, there's a helicopter. Oh my gosh, I just got destroyed. All right, I actually think the lasso might be better. It has no ammunition count and it breaks people's like stance. So it might be good for fighting the police. If we can get them to join and, you know, come get us. Yeah. All right, we're not immediately dead by the dudes with the guns. They can just double tap you. All right, we got 5 stars. So let's drive around a little bit, and I think what we need is the cavalry to arrive. Uh-oh, that's not good. I'm stuck. Okay. And I'm stuck again, actually. Okay, I broke the game, but not in like a fun way, just in a, okay, that's interesting kind of a way. There's the tank! There it is, they do exist. Oh, I went down to -1 health and my stars are still up. I wanna see if the tank is still around. It happened just up here at the trees. The tank is here. I just stole the tank! Dude, this is awesome. This reminds me of the first time ever playing Grand Theft Auto 3 when I stole the tank. Okay. Yeah. So what's cooler, the tank or the Necromancer? Do you think they could ever make like a battle simulator mode? I asked that because like 2 of the games that I'm gonna be sharing on Steam Next Fest are battle simulators, which I can't wait to show those off to you. Wishlist Steel Front and Ants with Guns right now. Using the horn, he's just under my gun depression. We fire over the police car? So we should be very difficult to kill now, right? Now, I don't have any like anti-aircraft guns or 50 cal machine guns on the top or anything like that. Can we take damage from the helicopter? He didn't even shoot at us. Okay, he does shoot at us. I take it back. Watch out, dude. Oh, 100 damage. All right, police officer. Now let's see if other tanks come out. And you can't run over the other cars. I just love this because it's like Grand Theft Auto mode, but in Sticky to the Stickman. And now the cops can't like do anything to us. We're fully armored up. Yeah, running over does 100 damage. Hitting him with the tank shell does 20. You know, high explosive. All right, let's try to blast the cannon off the building and cause like some collateral damage here. Okay, well, you know, there's that. All right, let's make a run for it and actually get in a building. Oh, that's not the building. Ooh! We actually escaped. We're gonna go back to the night shift and do another necromancer run. The night shift doesn't have like a difficulty modifier like the other one. All right, he should join our team. There we go. Eat another skull. We got 2 bodies. Yeah, right now that's my simple ask is have your minions, your spawnable minions, survive more than a floor. Or rather, not have a time-based survival, but a floor-based survival. That's ultimately what I want. So do we want the scalpel? Scalpel does bone saw. I'd rather do the skull toss. Right now, it's a pretty easy move to do. I guess nerve pinch, the slapping one. Are we gonna get the slapping one? No, but I guess we'll have 3 skull tosses. That's gonna be crazy. Ouch. That guy hit me in the face with his mop. Hitting him with the scalpel after he turns doesn't... Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe death works. How does death work? There we go. Okay, epic move, bandage, and spirit bomb. All interesting options. I don't want to upgrade nerve pinch into sleeping gas this time. Tranquilizer would be good, but I don't know. Sleeping gas hurt me or like delayed my minions as much as it would delay enemy forces. So we'll do this skull. So I guess we'll just do next move is epic as well. Spirit bomb has its place. I just don't know if it fits with the necromancer. Like this could at least like upgrade a scythe, right? There we go. That guy's got to join our forces. Yeah, he did it. I was really excited for Necromancer. Necromancer was one of the guys that I've actually requested myself. All right, we've got a guy on our team. Oh, and they got Slurp here. All right, so let's do Hemorrhage. Yeah, definitely Hemorrhage. Are there not more? Ooh, are there not more moves? All right, we just drank that. Ow. All right, boys. Oh, the Mop Man. Mop Man, go fight, go fight. Yeah, see, this is ultimately what I want is to turn this into like sort of like a strategy game of sorts. We're almost there. We're almost there, guys. You know? I just humbly request that the developers make Necromancer cooler. All right, that guy's definitely gonna join our army. He fell down there after getting Exacto knifed and skulled, and he didn't rise up. He did not rise up. What? Oh, it bounced off the roof. Spirit Leech. All right, he will perish. Yeah, and he'll join me. Well, we got some money and we leveled up by beating him up. Oh, temporarily double XP or glow sticks. Glow sticks turns into the lightsaber, but I guess we'll just, that's not really Necromancer style. So let's fight the ghost monster. Haha. Yo, the skulls are really, really good. Ah! Yeah, the skulls are very, very good. And the ghost turned to our squad. Now, he shouldn't die because he's a ghost. That's not how ghosts work. But watch, he's dead. Mr. Ghost, why don't you fight with me? I'm bleeding, but I didn't lose death meter. Interesting. All right, now he's sleeping. Now my skeleton bit his ankles and he died. That was funny. Hitting a skeleton with a skull of another skeleton is a hilarious proposition. All right, let's level this up to Bloodsucker. Last time we went Skellies first, let's do Bloodsucker. Okay, Bloodsucker is definitely the one you want to probably upgrade first because it can do crowd control. We were able to get 2 enemies bleeding and now they're fighting on the next floor. All right, let's do 100 sit-ups so we can reduce damage. And we're gonna do, I wanna get the scythe. Okay, I didn't take any damage there. Now, one thing I do really like that the devs did, this is sort of subtle, is when you go to throw a skull, it will throw through your allies, which is awesome, as opposed to hitting them. So it's actually very, very an effective move. Ironically enough, I think, all right, so that guy's gonna be on our team. We got the guy up there fighting for us. So here's a zombie to join us. Ooh, haha, we dodged. There we go, that guy should definitely join us, right? Excellent. Yeah, see, but when you get them to the skeleton warriors, they'll get stuck on your own troops. So it's almost like the level 1 is in some ways better than the level 2. So I really like, I wonder if we should just try a skull toss and don't upgrade them if we can. All right, the cigar guys are always my worst enemy in terms of like breaking my combo. Oh, please don't do it to me this time. Yeah, we've got a combo of 21 this time, which is glorious. I'm just trying to like run and have him chase me. Here we go, the 3 skulls. And the skulls will bounce and still bite. So that is awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I think the skull is actually better. The skull toss. To make my point clear, this weapon is better than the upgraded version. You are now part of my army. You son of a biscuit. Yeah, they shouldn't die. They shouldn't just die like that. Look at that. That one died and then that one died. I wonder, I really love that they just like keep adding more and more and more and more heroes or stickmen in different styles of playing. This one needs to be tweaked. I mean, it doesn't need to. I just want it to be. Let's make that clear. That was funny. Slide. Oh, wow. I slid, missed the follow-up scythe, and then got knocked out the window. That is adding insult to injury. All right, so we're gonna go to the bathroom and heal up fully. And we're just gonna skull these people. Yeah. The skeleton, they're not good. I think they need to be better. All right, so let's see what happens with this guy. Okay, the mad scientist turns invisible. That's how I missed my ultimate scythe move the first time we fought him. I wonder if like that needs to be a thing. All right, when he's invisible, he still can't dodge the skulls. I'm telling you, the skull's the most powerful tool at our disposal. Scythe is fully upgraded. I guess we'll go from skeleton tackle to bone beast. And I want to keep these for the obvious reasons. Yes! All right, can I get all 3 of them on my team? Yeah, but it makes you wonder if they didn't like make the bodies permanent as an oversight. They thought it would be more balanced. They thought it would be more fun, more challenging. I don't know. I will say it doesn't seem like it's a more fun argument. We'll increase max health. All right, so we've got a new boss. I didn't fight this one the last time, right? Yeah. All right, it's the SWAT boys coming in. Wow, that's a lot of SWAT boys. I wonder if they join my force, if they'll use their guns. That's what I want to see. So we're going to try to stay alive as long as possible. Oh, I shouldn't have gotten that one. Because now I have to turn these into skeleton tackles, which I don't like. Or the sleeping gas, which I don't like either. I guess we'll do a skeleton tackle. All right, he's bleeding. There we go. Oh, wow, his armor blocked that. Oh, shoot. Get tranquilized. Fight a skeleton. All right, he joined my squad and he immediately got picked off by the other one. All right, this guy's gonna turn. He stopped bleeding really quickly. All right, that guy's on my army. Why does it say there's a boss, but there's no boss? He's trying to get up there and he's dead. Oh, there's the boss, okay. That whole time I thought like I was gonna get one of them to join me. All right, we're at full health, so I don't really need to do anything on that floor. Ouch. Yeah. Okay, well, he's dead. And now he's raised from the dead. But imagine if you could capture them and they would go from floor to floor with you, then you could have these mini bosses. That's probably why they don't go floor to floor. Feeling special. Your special meter feels twice as fast. That's fantastic. Yeah, legendary scythe. All right, that guy got 2 skulled. That means he should be joining our force. Take the ammunition. We'll take the paper clips. All right, good, cultist. Fight for me. He actually bit someone. He did something. He actually cleared out most of that floor. So that actually worked. Coworkers, learn to apologize. I like how the ghost can bleed. I think that's hilarious. All right, so, ooh. All right, he's on my team now. And I want him to go up there and at least destroy one guy. He's moving so slow, he might not even make it. Punch him! He died at the top of the ladder? You gotta be kidding me, man. All right, let's do an epic sight. I got stunned. Okay, the epicness stopped right before we got there. The guy's mask, he got a skull on it. That's hilarious. Oh, man. Yeah, man, or maybe like I want to move where like I can summon in skeletons. Like maybe every 10 of your death meter, you could spawn in 1 skeleton as a move, like raise the dead, and it would have to go off of dead bodies on that floor. Could be an interesting idea. Oh, get him. Yeah, this guy's definitely gonna join us. Ouch. Nope. He spawned in a little... He fell out of the map. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, well, yeah, he fell out of the map. And I guess we have to get rid of my favorite move, which is the skull toss. It's just a sad day out here at work, you know? Sometimes work is hard, and I guess, you know, when you're a necromancer doing the night shift here in Stick to the Stickman, that's what they mean. Wow. Look how fast I can spawn in skellies. I guess I could do that. I'm summoning them in. I don't get more for it, though. I can definitely summon a lot of them in. But, yeah, they die so quickly since they're on time-based, not fight-based. So that would be interesting. We'll do private supplies so we can get a little bit more ammunition from our tranquilizer. All right, we tranquilized him. Now go get him. He didn't do anything. He did not do anything. Get out of my way, bud. Yeah, if you're close enough, it can work. And maybe that's just like the way you gotta do it. Maybe that's obvious to everyone except for me. Scythe! All right, I'm gonna cycle through my moves and get these ready. It's a trap! Epic scythe! I end up scything my own skeleton instead of like one of the enemies. That being said, oh, bullets! Oh, I got shot out the window, which is kind of hilarious. All right, so some of these guys have guns. We'll take the extra rerolls. I think that's like always like a decent punt. Oh, look, I got guys with guns. Get the dude without guns. Use your gun on the guy. I was hoping my zombies would use the guns. Goodbye, red tie guy. Another low IQ employee. I'm technically, I think to be a necromancer, you've got to be a very wizard, but not like a normal wizard. A guy who like studied the dark arts. So in order to do that, you'd probably have to be a very, very smart wizard. Oh, wow, look at that. I basically just chained summoning skellies. He just chained summoning skellies too. We're gonna increase health. We're at 27 health. Yeah, so I can summon in, I can spam in skellies. All right, let's go ahead and get this. So that's a way to increase my minion army. But they don't go and attack. I want this to be like an old school like RPG where I can have my skeletons spawn in as archers or guys with swords and shields. Yeah, so I'm summoning a lot of skellies, but they're not doing anything. Oh, let's see. Lots of enemies. All right, so what do we want to do with this? Nothing. I don't like it. I don't like upgrading now. But maybe I can get my combo meter really high. I mean, I do have a lot of zombies and skeletons on the board right now. We have more enemies than, or we have more friends than enemies. All right, I got an epic scythe, but I didn't do any damage to the boss. Oh, that guy's head fell off. All right, just drain those guys. Those guys have lassos. Yeah, go get them, boys. Go get the boss. I got 3 minions. They all go over there and perish. Oh, shoot. Oh, my gosh. Oh, wait, I wanted those. I got lassoed. Got a bag of money. I guess you could probably use this to farm the boss level and get like lots of cash. That's an interesting idea. Earn XP every time you hit? I mean, why not, right? Yeah, but now we're dishing the damage to the boss. These are the electrical guys, which are usually pretty problematic to fight. Oh gosh. As well as the machete dudes. Watch out for the missiles! You know, I've never hung out in a boss battle long enough to see what comes next, right? Is that a flaming pumpkin? No, that was a skeleton's head. Ouch. All right, I'm gonna try to do an epic scythe on the boss for the final hit. Almost the final hit. Take gym membership to get that health. We're at 30 health. That's a little bit ridiculous. In the best way. And tranquilizer. We missed. All right, skeleton, get him for the final hits. Yay, we killed the boss with a summoned skeleton, guys. We did it. 18 ghosts, 35 paper clips. But what we need is sweat to unlock some more stuff. Yeah, We need 5 more sweat, and then we can see what the next tier unlocks. So I think I need to go to the evaluation center, fulfillment center, and we'll go to Spider-Man. Let's deliver our package. Huh. Oh. They're grabbing my head. Gotta get this before it explodes. Oh gosh. Wow, Spider-Man is awesome because he's fast. All right, so we can get splash. I think we just get it from drinking. Let's do a web spin. All right, yeah, so we just need a drink. Oh! We just need a drink, I think, like what? No, I don't want to donate. Thank you. Now, if we do this, we should still be able to heal. Yeah. Excellent. All right, so we got to do this in a timed fashion. I don't need a pee. All right, I do want to drink. Because that gets me... Ooh, get off me. I don't think we're going to make it. It's going to explode. Oh, bummer. Let's do firing coworkers pauses the timer and just like head to the next one. Take our upgrade, which is going to be web spit to cobweb for sure. Oh, there's a breakdancing battle? That's hilarious. Just step in there. Okay, we're gonna do that, but you're fighting Spider-Man now. These guys literally can't do anything. Oh, this is nuts. The damage output here is pretty impressive. All right, so gain 2 extra health every time you drink dash. Gain an extra dash ammo when you drink dash. Heal every time you dash. I want this. I want to see if it stacks. And we'll do Web Blast. All right, so Web Blast is ready, although it's ammunition counted. And I'm just gonna beat up everybody, man. I mean, like, why not? I'm Spider-Man, right? These guys got guns, that's cute. I got webs, and I'm doing crazy damage. Oh, I'm at 62. And all we gotta do is retire Spider-Man to unlock the next tier. We can get a hype man, and this is pretty cool. So there's some very interesting ones up there. But, yep, thanks for watching. There's a new Necromancer in town, as well as tanks. And this is just a mini update, not a major one. Can't wait for the next one. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.